Happy Monday to you all. Second hour of Monday here. I wish I could be there with you guys, but if you're watching this video, I'm not. This grammar stuff that I'm about, you should be writing down the title. Title is Review Indefinite Pronouns. What we're about to go into is upping the ante on the grammar stuff. We were already at a really high level, and we're going to knock it up another 2 notches today. So what's going to happen is you're welcome to ask the sub respectfully. Please be respectful if I go too fast, and ask the sub to pause the video so you can catch up. But this is one of those odd things that not too many people can answer these questions. It might be a good question for Miss Pieho next door, and I'm okay with that as long as the substitute teacher is okay with that. Now, when you write the grammar stuff, I'm going to ask you to write a little bit more in the subsequent slides. Yeah, get over yourselves. Leave space, not only between the words, but also between lines so that you can add comments, all right? This is plenty of time. You should have written down the title, and you should have written down the question. What are some indefinite pronouns that are singular? Please shout out a few. You might have recalled some from last week. On Friday, we were doing some tough grammar lessons. On Wednesday and Thursday from last week. So it's been a while, so review. Hopefully somebody said each. Can anybody else think of a different, indefinite singular pronoun? Would you like a hint? Somebody, something, someone. Anybody, anything, anyone. There are several, and it's a long chart that you guys should keep track of, right? After we talked about all the singular ones, right? Everyone is at school, and we're going to treat everyone as singular. Everyone is at school. Then we talked about just 4 exceptions. Please raise your hand if you can name one of the 4 exceptions. And it would be awesome if the substitute teacher would keep track of your names, and I would love to give you extra credit. Please not shout out the answers. If somebody shouted out the answer, oh well. Substitute, please pause the video and record their names if they give a good example. 4, but please just give 1 each. There's your list. Both, few, many, and several. The good news is these are hard and fast. In other words, each is always singular. Anybody, anything, nothing, nobody. Those are always treated as 1. Subsequently, you have a couple of exceptions. Both, few, many, and several, they are treated as plural. Which indefinite pronouns? This is directly related to Grammar 58 now. There are just a couple. I believe there's 5. That are really tricky. Let's take a look at those. Please write those down. Again, don't freak out. It's at the top of the slide there. I'm worried. I wish I was there for you guys right now. So what makes these tricky? They can be either. They can be either plural or singular. This is directly related to Grammar 58. Now, it begs the question, how do we tell? Do we just make it up? Do you just do whatever you want? No, come on. There's always got to be a rule. Some of that's in purple. Don't freak out. You need to look at the PP. Hopefully your mind is out of the gutter and into the grammar. And I would like to refresh your minds. My hand is on the screen. Right? On shows position. Right? So prepositional phrases. Words like on start the prepositional phrase. The whole prepositional phrase. Right? My hand is on the screen. On the screen. So on and then the screen. That thing is the prepositional phrase. Now, if you can't recall, prepositional phrases show 2 things. They show position and relationship. If you recall, I was with Pedro for a moment. With Pedro is a prepositional phrase. If you're looking on the screen at the purple now, it reminds you why we're talking about prepositional phrases. We're talking about tricky indefinite pronouns, because they can be plural or singular, and we need to look directly at the prepositional phrase. It shows whether the sentence is about one thing or more than one thing. We're still on the same slide. We're still on the same idea. Please write down these examples right now. The last word on the second sentence is waiting. That's what I'm doing. If they haven't written it down, go ahead and pause the video. All right, now that you've all written it down, we have one key preposition being highlighted here, and that is the word of. Of is a preposition, of the group is a prepositional phrase, of the students is a prepositional phrase, of will come up a lot. You guys, it's in the Smarter Balance test you take your junior year. It's just everywhere. It's the tricky one. It's good. I'm going to put it on the test. I'm going to put it on quizzes. Of the group is a tricky phrase. I'll give you that. Group is a collective singular noun. A group is, right? A group waits. That's how you know how to treat all. You treat it as singular. So that's why this example shows you that. The S on the verb is for singular subjects. All is to be treated as singular here because we looked at the prepositional phrase, which gives more information, and a group is singular. A group. Looking at the second example, it's a little more clear, a little more obvious for us. Again, we look at the prepositional phrase of the students. We notice that students is plural. It's more than one. So we're going to treat all as plural. And that's where we get the verb are. Are is for plural. All of the students are waiting, and all of the group waits patiently. I want to pause here, and this concludes this video for Grammar 58. You need to work on Grammar 58. Again, as you work on Grammar 58, I'm going to go back in the PowerPoint here a little bit. You're dealing with these tricky indefinite pronouns. All, none, any, most, and some. When you come across those, look at the prepositional phrase. It'll tell you whether these words should be treated as plural or singular. Ask each other, but again, look at those prepositional phrases. We see all, so we're going to look at the prepositional phrase. We're going to use group. A group is singular, and so we're going to treat all as singular, and we're going to put an S on the verb. Put an S on the verb for singular subjects. When we look at the second example, right, we're dealing with those tricky indefinite pronouns that can be plural or singular. We're looking at that prepositional phrase. It gives us more information. And so students. Students is plural, so we're going to use the plural verb are. Good luck, guys. I'm going to ask the sub to give you just 8.5 minutes. Less if you're loud and not working. Which is disappointing in my absence. If you don't finish it in the time given, it is homework. It is homework, and it is due tomorrow. Good luck. Can't wait for your questions on Tuesday.